In October of 2018, I got diagnosed with brain cancer with a very large tumor at the base of my brainstem that was just wreaking havoc in my body. It was causing synovial fluid not to flow from my brain and down my spine, and so my head was just saturated with brain fluid to the point where I was told that I was going to die. Once we found out what the cause was, and I was in emergency surgery the next day, I was in the hospital for 40 days after that. It was a very arduous recovery. All kinds of complications and problems came up. I had another scan. 3 or 4 months later, the tumor had come back in full force. In fact, it was bigger than the previous time. So once again, we relied on God. We said, no, this is not the end. Even though it's come back, God, you got a bigger plan, and your word says that it is by your stripes that we are healed. You've carried this sickness and this disease, so I don't have to. So we're relying on your grace, we receive your grace, and we thank you, God, that you've got this. Humanly, there was nothing possible. There was no chance of survival. I was told that I was going to die by several doctors. And so whenever we had an appointment, Teresa and myself, my wife, we just would talk and say, okay, we know what they're gonna say, so let's just right now decide that we're not gonna fear. Let's just right now decide that we're not gonna take what they say and let that be the story of our life. But the story of our life is gonna be what the word says. So I went through a second surgery, but there was a big difference between this surgery and the previous one. With this surgery, which was supposed to be 8 hours, ended up being 2.5 hours. The tumor that was there just disintegrated. I was in the hospital for 20 days instead of 40. I was able to start walking and swallowing much sooner, and today I'm cancer-free. God healed my body. The truth that was written and spoken 2,000 plus years ago is true today. It is by His stripes that I am healed.